Hey, it's Chris. Welcome to Daily Tech. Today we got all kinds of stuff to talk about. First of all, we're going to talk about Apple's new ultra-wide display. Are you hearing me correctly? Maybe, sort of. We'll talk about it. Also, we're going to get into Nanotexture and should you get it? Is it worth getting? It's available on so many displays now as a premium upgrade. We'll dive into those details a little bit. I messed up according to so many comments on the Daily Tech rebrand, so we're going to do a bit of crowdsourcing to fix it. Appreciate everybody's feedback and plenty of other things. Who knows what we're going to get into? First things first, Daily Tech has a free newsletter. Comes out on Fridays. Lots of great stuff. Keep you up to date on everything without wasting your time. And there's some free wallpapers. You're going to want to subscribe. And also, despite all the people who are like, please don't let this AI feature happen to us, I see a bunch of those comments. It's coming. You got to prepare, at least understand like what's coming, and you'll be more informed to not get feel like you're going to get disrupted. Like there's so much opportunity, right? And just wishing that it won't impact your job security or something is not a good strategy. So pre-order the AI course. It's coming along brilliantly. There's lots of fun bonuses for a limited time there as well. I don't know about you, but I've always dreamed of Apple making their own ultra-wide monitor. You can go back and look in the Daily Tech archives. I used to have a great ultra-wide. I've had several actually. And unfortunately, when I moved, the screen cracked. It was a whole thing. It was very sad. At the moment, LG doesn't even sell one as wide as the one that I used to have, nearly 50 inches. There's just something about, though, the ultra-wide format that I just find really, really satisfying. Which is why people have heard me over and over again on the channel be like, I wish Apple would come out with their own ultra-wide. Not that I don't like the Studio display or the more Pro display. Those are good, don't get me wrong. So I was kind of happy to see and hear what you're looking at right now, the fact that Apple's gone ultra wild. But if you look closely, you'll see this isn't an actual display. And now your disappointment's setting in just a little bit. Actually, what it is an update to visionOS 2.2, that brings a new Mac mirroring ultra wide, well actually wide and ultra wide option for Vision Pro users. So you can see on Apple Insider here what the update screen looks like. And I'm gonna be honest, this isn't what I had envisioned. Although I was one of the first people a long time ago, I remember I was talking about it and no one like comprehended what I was saying. I was like, monitors and physical stuff could go away and we could just have like a virtual environment, a virtual desk setup. Which is funny because we have like a hybrid. You can get the Vision Pro, but you still need something like a real physical keyboard really to do some productivity work. And obviously the Vision Pro and the Mac in this instance, so you haven't actually gotten rid of all the hardware. So in a sense, Apple did bring ultra-wide capabilities to Mac users, kind of, but this is kind of the whole virtual versus physical thing in a nutshell, right? Like our virtual things, actual things, this is an ultra-wide experience. The experience is real, it exists, but it isn't an actual physical ultra-wide, which I still want, by the way. I really wish Apple come out with a real, genuine Apple ultra-wide monitor. I don't know, I would sell a kidney for that thing. It would be amazing. You know, with this virtual setup here, well, you could take that on a plane. So your ultra-wide can go with you. You know, it's not stuck at your desk. You know, the other side of the equation is the Vision Pro is still quite expensive. We don't have a cheaper version yet. And I've been asking Apple ever since this thing came out to let me try one, check it out. I have never gotten a review unit. I sent in another request like a while back, so I'm still trying. You know, checking out a little bit of the video on Apple Insider here and just kind of seeing it. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say without putting my eyeballs in the Vision Pro to make an actual judgment. I'd love to know your take. Is a Vision Pro ultra wide really an ultra wide? Do you care about this feature at all? And even if you do you still want to see a real physical Apple made ultra wide you can physically sit on your desk like me? I feel like it has potential though. I feel like there's something here if you could shrink the form factor of the actual Vision Pro and make it a cheaper thing for people, for sure. I feel like a little bit of what's interesting, not just about this ultra-wide setup here that we're talking about virtual versus physical, but just like the Vision Pro and spatial versus physical stuff as well, is it's cool that you can trade off the physical clutter, right? But also you don't want to trade it off for just mental clutter. And I think there's certain principles that are going to apply no matter what realm you are currently inhabiting mentally, whether that's your physical desk setup or your mental. I think everything that I put in my productivity course still applies right now, no matter what device you're using. All right, I want to talk a little bit about Nanotexture. You can see it's an option on the Pro display, has been for a long time, and it costs a lot more. You can get the non-Nanotexture for just about $5,000. If you add the Nanotexture, you're looking at almost $1,000 extra for an increase in your price. I've got the Nanotexture Studio display back here, and I love it. I've mentioned this several times. I've got a window right here. You can see the light shining off my face. And so that can create some reflections. I have the iPad hanging out over to the left and the MacBook screen as well. And those don't have the nanotexture, and you can super tell the difference. It's just night and day. I know some people don't like the nanotexture. Some people also love it, kind of like I do, or at least they're happy with the trade-offs. It completely depends. It's contextual based on the environment that you find yourself in. But it's coming to more devices. You know, the new MacBook Pros have the nanotexture option, and you can see they've portrayed somebody like working outside. I mean, anytime I've ever gone to a coffee shop, let's say, and set up outside one of the tables, then there's reflections everywhere. Number one, your screen can never get bright enough. We're starting to get to where it's like pretty acceptable, especially if you got a little shade. But with the nanotexture, I've found that you really need that. Nanotexture is available over on the iPad too. Same thing. If you're going to be outside, makes a huge difference, and you want that extra brightness as well, which is where all these pro devices really shine. And over here on the iPad, this is the 11-inch. You can see the difference there. The standard glass is going to be $15.99 at the cheapest you can get it, and it goes up to $16.99. So not quite the same jump as over on the Pro Display XDR, but still, I mean, it does add to the cost. I know a big part of the nanotexture debate has centered on, does it ruin the screen quality, the picture quality? Some people are like, hey, don't expect the deepest, darkest, inky blacks if you're going with the nanotexture. You know, that hasn't really affected me. Does it make a difference on the eye comfort front? Some people say that they do. Honestly, for me, that's not the reason I would ever buy this, even if it did. You can see in this picture here, you got that window right there. The computer's facing the window. This is the perfect use case. It just cuts the glare so nicely. When people are listing the negatives when it comes to nanotexture, they'll talk about the cost, obviously, sometimes just the look. We talked about that. Some people feel like it ruins a bit of, the picture quality. But the thing that I really don't see a lot of people talking about, at least not recently, is the cleaning. Like, if you get a fingerprint over here, I accidentally grabbed that studio display with the nanotexture when I was moving it or something and got like my thumb on it or something. And it's like hard to get that off. It's weird. I don't even know what that is. You would think that it'd be easier to clean, but this matte coating, it sort of is, it's a rough thing. So certain things get attracted to it and you don't want to touch that. If you ever get a nano texture and you like things nice and clean, it's like how thumbprints sometimes drive people nuts, fingerprints on their iPhone if they're not going to use a case. I mean, it doesn't really bother me too much, but it bothers me over here when I'm trying to work and I've got something that messed up my screen. It's crazy though, the nanotexture being on the iMac now, it's in everything virtually as an option almost now. It's not in iPhones yet. I guess that'd be kind of weird. Maybe it's coming, because if they brought it to the iPad on the Pro, then you would think that they could make it work over on the iPhone. I don't know. Would you want it? That's a question. Do you use it? I really want to know what you guys think. As you can see, we're going to get into the next segment here. I'm very keen on your feedback, and it does impact the channel here. So, but let me know. Are you a fan of nanotexture? If so, why? If not, why? Let's address this. This is the font that I debuted yesterday. I said it was part of the Daily Tech rebrand. I went on and on about how much I loved it. I still love it, but apparently I'm the only one. And I really appreciate the feedback. This is why I put it out there. This channel is not about me. It is about us as a community. And if you guys are like, I can't read it, or it looks awful, or as some of the comments said, it's vomitous. I forget what people use to describe it. Basically, everyone hates it except for me. And so what I want to do is crowdsource this. I know I've got some designers out there and other people who just have eyeballs and want to be able to read stuff. Let's do this. Why don't you drop some fonts that you like that are down in the comments? Here's what I was going for, what I'm looking for, because I still love this thing. I wanted something that's a little bit different and it's a little unique. I hate how all the logos that you see when you look around are just kind of merging and losing all their character. And yeah, I mean, that's the thing, like they're losing their character. So I want a font that at least has some character, and I want it to sort of match the aesthetic that we're going for, which is kind of like Apple and tech beyond. We got this space theme kind of going on. I want that to stay. I think you guys, no one said that they didn't like that. I feel this vibe in the air, this like accelerationist, dream big vibe. And so I want to hold on to that and keep that. But I'm willing to say goodbye to Briar. It's really a cool font. I still think you should support that font developer. Some really unique stuff there. So drop some potential replacement fonts down in the comments. And if you agree with somebody, give it a thumbs up, or heart that comment, let me know. And then maybe we'll bring it up for a vote or something, and I'll purchase it and I'll integrate it and that will become part of the Daily Tech brand, and you guys will have a hand in that. You know, it's crazy. Daily Tech back in the day used to be more like this format where there's multiple segments and then we clip stuff up, and it just bogged me down because, you know, I either had to hire somebody to like help with that workload or cut back, or so the Clips channel was a thing for a while, but it's back. The reason it's back is because I'm able to use AI tools. I'm leveraging it to put more of myself out there without having to hire. It's actually cost appropriate, cost saving. And so I'm gaining a lot of experience in terms of, you know, whenever you go out to talk about something, you have to experience it first, and you can talk about it. I've been experiencing this for a long time. And when it comes to AI stuff, like there's the developers, there's the people who buy what the developers are putting out there. You know, like people way back training the models. You got models that are going to become agentic and models that use models, whatever. But then you have people like when it all trickles down who have those tools and are trying to create with these AI tools. And I've been doing a lot of that. I know there's argument about is that being creative? I like to refer to it as directing, okay, orchestrating. I'm still bringing a vision to life that's my vision using these tools. And so I've been able to do more and put more of Chris in Daily Tech out into the digital sphere. And I'm just having a blast. I'm having so much fun. And I'll be talking about a lot of this in the course as well. But while I'm blathering here, what I'm trying to get at is there's a second channel. The Clips channel is returning. A lot of things are returning. The newsletter, the Clips channel. And again, super excited about this. So check it out. There's going to be extra discussion that is not available in this video over there. So that's why you want to go get subscribed to Daily Tech 2. Give me a while to get all the branding and stuff changed back over. So if you're going to join me, I'll see you over there. Otherwise, check out the newsletter, free, so many cool resources, and I'll catch you in the next video. Later.